This video tutorial describes the administration block of a virtual classroom. This block is located on the right-hand sidebar and contains the options that allow us to manage a classroom. If this block is not visible, you can add it by enabling Edit Mode, clicking on Add a Block and selecting it from the list. Among the options in the administration block we would like to highlight: Settings. Through this option, we can change the short name of the subject or course and enable the availability of the virtual classroom so the students can access it. Users. Here we will find the different enrollment methods and group configurations. Enrollment methods allows us to set an access password for the virtual classroom so that students can self-enroll. Another key feature is the backup option. By following this procedure, you can copy the contents of a virtual classroom. Using the Restore option, you can recover content in another classroom. You can also recover content via the Import option, though in this case, the source and destination classrooms must be within the same environment. Question Bank allows us to create and categorize questions for quizzes and exams. And lastly, the Recycle Bin stores all deleted activities and resources. Deleted items can be recovered within 15 days. After that period, they are permanently removed from the virtual classroom. At this point, if we access any activity, the breadcrumb path of our location is displayed at the top. First is the short name, which corresponds to the subject code or virtual classroom. If it appears in gray, it indicates that the classroom is not yet visible to students. Next, we will modify the short name and enable this virtual classroom. To do this, go to Settings, and in general, we can modify the course's short name. As mentioned, by default, this is the course code. We recommend changing it to something more descriptive related to the subject name or learning content. For example, we can add some text or delete the existing code and type new content. Course visibility is set to hide by default. Select Show so that students can access the classroom. We recommend keeping the other headings at their system default settings. Under the next heading, Description, you can provide a brief introduction to the course and its objectives, or even attach a file. This information is visible to any virtual campus user when searching for courses. In course format, the default setting is Topics format, which organizes content and activities into sections. You can also choose Single Activity format, in which the classroom consists of just one activity, Social format, where the classroom is centered around a forum, or Weekly format, where each section represents a week on the calendar. If you keep the Topics format, you can choose to hide sections completely or display only their titles, and decide whether sections appear all on one page or one per page. In Appearance, you can force the language of the virtual classroom, set the number of announcements shown in the sidebar, and manage student access to the gradebook and activity reports. You can also choose to display the activity dates on the main page of the virtual classroom. Within Files and Uploads, you can set the maximum file size that users are allowed to upload. If you would like to track the activities within the classroom, you should enable completion tracking. You can also display the tracking conditions on the next main page of the classroom. Next, we have Groups. By default, no groups are defined. This is recommended so that activities can later be configured as either individual or group-based. Lastly, renaming roles. You can assign new names to the standard roles, for example, teacher or student, within the classroom. Once you have updated the name and visibility settings, click Save Changes. To check the short name, go to any activity. You will notice that the short name at the top has changed, and its color now matches the interface, indicating that it is visible to students. Note, these options are only available to users with the teacher role or editing permissions. If you have any questions, contact the Virtual Teaching Support Unit, access the help resources, or watch our video tutorials. Finally, remember to always log out when you finish your session.